Today on Tamarack Trail Rider Shop Tack, she's CV boot time. Gonna fix a hole in the rear CV boot on the Outlander XTP. That guy's got a whole little duct tape holding it together for now, but might as well fix it right. First you gotta take off the wheel. Once you got the wheel off, you pop that center cap off, and then there's a axle nut that needs to come off, 1 16" socket. Off she comes, and then the hub should pull off. Little washer, make sure you don't lose. Little debris on that one.
You got the easy side at least, no caliper.
No caliper on this side, yeah. Then you're going to have to undo your shock absorber and your sway bar. I guess you probably don't have to take the shock right off. You probably just loosen it off and slide it out of the way. One bolt on the sway bar. Out she comes. Now that guy. Gonna take the sway bar off.
24 mil.
24 millimeter socket. See if she'll hold without spinning the other side. So the other side's spinning.
Yep.
Tell me when. Off she comes. Had to have a wrench on the other side to prevent the shaft from spinning. But she's out. Then you just take a hammer and a little bit of a punch. Tap the shaft through until the sway bar drops.
A-arm.
A-arm. Trailing arm. So after you push the bolt out through the other side, the trailing arm is now loose. Give the axle a little tap here. The axle loose. Put the nut on to protect the threads. Trailing arm is off. And then the axle should just snap out of there. Just like that. There you go. Now it's time to fix the boot. So just a little pinhole right here. Just enough so that the water can get in and the grease can get out. So before the axle's damaged, replace the boot. little bit primitive way of removing clamps, but it works really fast. No screwing around. Hammer and a chisel get her done. Clamps are off, now the messy part. You just take a knife, cut your boot off. Boot's wrecked anyway, no point in trying to save it. And there you go. Need to clean all that grease out, because we're going to put nice new fresh grease in. It comes in the boot kit. One with a EPI Performance boot kit. Relatively inexpensive, about 20 bucks. Get her done. Just put the axle in a vise. I wrap a towel around it so you don't mar the axle a bit there, and take your punch. Off she comes. No problem. Finish cleaning all the grease out of there. Clean all the grease out of there. Make sure your snap ring's in. A little brake clean to clean the grease out. You can take the balls and the carriage right out of there, but this one didn't look like there was too much dirt and crap that got in there, so just a small hole in the boot. So just rinse her out really good and pack her with new grease. So once you got your shaft nice and clean, we recommend brake clean when you're cleaning your shaft. Gets all the dirt off. Then you just slide the boot on. All the way down. And then the joint goes back on.
Open the greasing first. What?
Yeah, okay. Then you put the grease inside the joint. Sorry for my bad camera work. And put the whole pouch in there. So we got the grease all in the inner joint. And it just slides back on the shaft. Make sure your snap ring's in the proper position. There you go, just a couple quick whacks and the boot is on, the joint is on, the compressor is on. Time to fill the rest up with grease, slide the boot into place and put some clamps on. You just squeeze all the grease and push it in there with your finger, and no real clean way to do this.
Alright, that's her.
Then you just put your clamps on there. Give it a couple twists with your banding tool until she's nice and snug. Bend her up and cut her off. Fold the tab over with your hammer. Fold the little tabs over. Be very careful when you're using a chisel to do that on the edge of the boot. That puppy's not coming off. And then you do the same on your little one. And same thing on the small end. I'm just going to slide the band inside your band clamp tool. Just want to make it nice and snug, and then you bend it up. You cut her off. Fold her over. Pretty simple. You just want to make sure you don't make it too tight because the clamp can break then. This puppy is done and ready for reinstall on machine. Okay, so you want to make sure your snap ring is in good condition on that side. Grease your seal up. On your axle seal, you never put a shaft onto a dry seal. She goes in, you find the splines, and you pop her in. Watch all the mud fall. Fucker. Just like that. CV axle is fixed. And just reassemble it. First thing that goes back on is your trailing arm. Okay, so we got the trailing arm ball back on. Nut back on there and torqued. Sway bars back on. Shocks back on. Just reverse order of how you did it to take it off. And then the axle nut gets torqued. Batter's dead. Torque her down. There she clicks. And the job is done. Put a cotter pin back in. Put your wheel back on. Hit the trail. Thanks for watching. Can-Am Trail Riders.